we are live. This is a first time for me. Hopefully, I don't pick up any audio on my TV. Alright, we'll just wait and see if people join in. Should be about an hour for this live feed, or at least going to try to do so. So we'll see if anybody joins. Hopefully. Guess this is going live while watching SmackDown. Let's see what happens. Oh, we got one person joining us. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nope. Guess not. Well, we will see. Hopefully I get people watching. See what's going on. Guess it's just gonna be a sit here and wait. This should be fun. See if anybody joins. As of right now, we've got nobody, which is, kind of expected. We're already in a minute so far into this. So I guess I'll just sit here, watch SmackDown, and, just wait to see if anybody shows up. Nothing yet. So this is going to be a first. If anybody does end up watching this later on, after this live feed is done, this is a complete first for me to do this. And if it goes well, then I will have more in the future. We'll see what happens. But for the time being, I figured I would at least, try to go live on the channel for the first time. So we'll see what happens. I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but we'll see. And while, I go live, I figured I'd watch SmackDown, so that would be perfect. I'm going to make sure the audio is low so I don't pick it up, because the last thing I want to do is be hit with copywriting strikes, which is kind of weird. I feel like you're not technically making a copy. I guess in a way you could be. I don't know. I just feel like if it's fair use to an extent, I feel like a lot of times YouTube, strikes people that shouldn't be struck, because there's that fair use of act, and a lot of times I feel like people don't really truly understand that. But that's another topic for another video. But 3 minutes in, this is probably going to be a lot for me talking to myself, but I'm hoping we get people to join. We'll see. Right now we got nobody. Ooh, excuse me. I really do hope this is a success. This would really suck if I've been sitting here for an hour, talking to myself. If it gets to a point close to an hour or so and nothing's changed, I will completely end this live feed. So we'll see. It's just a waiting game. Apparently John Cena is supposed to return for SmackDown tonight, so we'll see how that goes. Well, I spoke too soon. Now, there has been rumors that he apparently is supposed to be feuding with Cody Rhodes, and he's supposed to be heel, which would be kind of weird, but at the same time, I feel like, we're way long overdue for a heel Cena. And I've heard that he's apparently supposed to be, be on just about every single SmackDown. I got some notifications. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to go, blah blah blah. Oh, we got one person. Well, that's awesome. I don't know how the comments work. I really need to figure this out. So I do apologize for anybody who I get somebody and then it completely goes away. Can't be perfect. Like I said, this is, an opportunity to just just kind of you guys can comment and do like a Q&A and things like that. So let's see, still nothing. I mean, it's early, but I mean we're already 5 minutes in. Yeah, it goes pretty quick. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'll get somebody to join. So, for any of you that like iced coffee, I highly recommend trying out these Hostess Frappuccino coffees. They're really good. This is a Ding Dong flavor. I think they got like Twinkie. The Snickers and the Twix coffees that they have are pretty good. I feel like the Snickers tastes, that one, it of course tastes like a Snickers, but it smells more like peanut butter than anything. Then it got me thinking, well, why not get like a Reese's? That would be pretty good. I love peanut butter. It's one of my favorite things out there. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Gotta have a little faith on this. Come on, let's get some people in here. Let's get some likes. Wouldn't hurt. And again, I'm not 100% sure how this works. Let's see if there's any. Let's see if I hit the comment. Okay. Live chat. All. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So hopefully that. Okay, good. So we do have live chat. It's awesome. So hopefully that'll kind of work a little bit. Because as of right now, I don't have anything. There's nobody joining us, and we're almost 10 minutes in. It's already 10 minutes. That is pretty crazy. Oh, we got somebody. Hopefully, we'll see. John Cena doing his little promo. But hello to whoever is joining us in this live chat, and they're gone. I guess you can't win all of them, right? This is probably just going to be a video, a live chat video with nobody, and it's just me rambling on, but whatever. You got to try at least once, right? Oh, hey, we got somebody, hopefully. We'll see. Man, this whole week has been crazy. It seems like I keep getting somebody, and then they leave, so it is what it is, but seems like we're getting, I mean, let me rephrase that. It seems like this whole week has been an extremely great week for wrestling. Why do I keep getting notifications, man? Come on now. We've got Payback tomorrow, and then on Sunday we've got All Out, which is awesome. This whole week's been nothing but wrestling. Monday Night Raw on Monday, Tuesday was NXT, Wednesday was Dynamite, and then we got Impact on Thursday, and then tonight we have SmackDown and Rampage. Tomorrow, we got Collision, and we got Payback, and then we have, of course, All Out on Sunday. So yeah, a lot of wrestling. I won't lie, a lot of the wrestling stuff has been decent for the most part. I feel like WWE definitely needs a lot of changes in their product. But it looks like Jim Uso is interrupting John Cena's promo. But yeah. See if anybody joins. We got one person. It seems like I get somebody and then somebody leaves, so we'll see what happens. I think one of the biggest problems I see with like the WWE is their writers are repeating stuff that's already been done. I mean, think about it. If you look at certain feuds and storylines and things like that, I have noticed they are recycling stuff that I grew up with back, in the early '90s and the Attitude Era, and it's like, and of course the Ruthless Aggression. It's like, why recycle the stuff. I mean, if I didn't do too well the first time, what makes them think it's going to be done the second time? And of course, Vince and his crazy self and all the stuff he's been, you know, stuff that he shouldn't be doing. He apparently he's been stuck in the golden years of wrestling, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like they just need to have a better improvement on their product. I mean, let's look at, the last couple of years. They released a lot of people. I mean, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong. They should have pushed Roderick Strong. They really should have pushed him in NXT. I think at one point he was, feuding for the title, for the NXT title, and they should have done that to begin with him. Um, and then of course, Bobby Fish left, and of course Bobby Fish seems to, have issues with being injured all the time, but they really dropped the ball on the Undisputed Era. I feel like what they should have done with the Undisputed Era after the whole split on NXT, they should have brought them to the main roster, and they should have been either on Raw or SmackDown and dominated and to grab all the titles. Um, what they could have done, and this is just what I would have personally done, is brought them in. I would have had them on each whatever. I would probably say you could put them on SmackDown, because then Raw would be like save the best for last. But I would have brought them on SmackDown, eventually have them all win the titles. The tag team, Adam Cole to win the WWE or Universal, depending on what brand had that title. Excuse me. And then I would have had Roderick Strong pick up the Intercontinental Championship or the United States Championship, whatever it was, or, on that brand at the time. And I just feel like they could have done something really, really well with them. I think one of the biggest issues I think WWE has is with a lot of these wrestlers, they're getting a lot of there's a lot of controversy going on in their personal life. I mean, look at the Nash Carter incident or the Velveteen Dream. I feel like WWE really needs to not jump the ball and needs to figure out what's going on with a lot of these people in their personal life to kind of really, clear up the air, because a lot of people out there, the whole Enzo thing, everybody's got their opinion on that, but it seems like he was found innocent and the damage was done. And it's things like that where I get they have a product, but if they really cared about their product that much, Vince McMahon wouldn't have gotten in trouble like he did. So let's be honest there. And I feel like with a lot of the releases they made, you can definitely tell there's stuff in our product that is stale and missing. I truly believe. I mean, Ruby Soho, she was Ruby Riott in WWE. I think she had the potential, but they booked her like really awful. Um, I thought she would have been perfect, and there's a few others. I don't like the fact that they got rid of the cruiserweight division. That's one of the biggest things I feel like WWE uh, can stand out with, to an extent. Um, is the cruiserweight division. They should have built a cruiserweight division a lot better than what they had. You should have had a division that included, the main cruiserweight title, cruiserweight tag team titles, and then maybe a women's cruiserweight championship. I think this would have been really cool to do. And another thing I feel like WWE needs to really improve on is, acknowledge the other promotions. Why buy? And this is what I don't understand. Why buy WCW and why buy ECW if you have no interest in using any of their products? Like, to me personally, I feel like in a standpoint, you can make tons of money on those products, on those names, considering there are still fans out there who love that stuff. So you can work out a deal with some of these legends that are still alive and make documentaries, like a Tommy Dreamer documentary, a Sabu, a Sandman. You could, same with WCW, release better documentaries and collections and things like that. Like, even with these video games like the 2K series, I mean, for me personally, what I would like to do is have DLC themes. So, like, you're able to work out a legend deal um, with some of these, ECW legends and WCW legends. So, instead of having that typical 5 DLC packs, you could have more. You could have a WCW Legends pack, which is guys we never seen in the series. You could have an ECW one. Add arenas. You could add Thunder. We never had, to this day, we have never had a WCW Thunder arena. We get the Nitro arena, but never have had Thunder. Thunder would be pretty cool. I feel like they could add, DLC matches. Like they could add the casket match as a DLC, or they could add 3 stages of hell like they had in NXT as a DLC. That's just kind of an idea. I think another thing they could have done, do like an NXT pack. I feel like the way they've been doing it with their DLC has been lazy. I feel like we need themes to kind of, I guess, in a way, have a filler. You have a couple legend packs, you have an NXT pack, you have a tag team division pack, and things like that. I feel like doing that would really get people to buy, especially if you did like a WCW pack. Yeah, another pack they can do for like the 2K games are like an era type of pack. So you can get like the Ruthless Aggression era pack. You can get the Attitude era, the Golden Years pack. And I feel like each pack should include a mid-carder, a main eventer, a women's wrestler, women's division, and a tag team division. So it gives you that blend of, okay, so they have WCW, they have ECW, you have Attitude era, and all these different eras and companies, and each DLC includes a tag team division, a mid-card, a main eventer, and a women's division wrestler. And then you can give us arenas and titles and things like that. I feel like that would really expand upon their, really expand on people buying these games, and it would expand on the gameplay a little bit. At least in my personal opinion, I feel like that. Because I mean, if you look back at like the SmackDown 2 days, like they had the casket match, and that's the only game to this day to have the casket match. And you can't really count the Buried Alive match because the Buried Alive match is a completely different. I mean, it's similar in a way, but it's completely different in its own way as well. But I feel like they could have brought that back, considering how many casket matches they've had within that time period. Um, I feel like they also should do with like some of the current stars instead of, and I think this has been a complaint with a lot of people with the 2K games, is the fact that you don't need to have 5 or 6. Like a great example of this was 2K20, when you had like 5 different Baileys, you had 5 different Becky Lynches and Charlotte Flairs and Sasha Banks, and it was different pay-per-views, all their NXT versions. Like, why? Have Charlotte Flair and have go to pick her. Say, prime example, say you got Charlotte Flair, you pick her, and then you choose the attire you want. Do you want heel turn attire, face turn attire, NXT attire, things like that. That's where I feel like they're kind of lacking. Finn Balor's a great example. Let's do main roster Finn Balor attire. Let's do NXT attire Finn Balor, Judgment Day Finn Balor, and Demon Finn Balor. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. You can do their, Shield attire. You can do their current attires. You can do the Messiah, Seth Rollins, and the Beast Slayer. You can do Roman's attire right not too long after the Shield broke up. So there are, attires that they could do, but they're not doing, and I feel like that's where they kind of lack as well. So, but for the most part, I feel like WWE definitely needs to improve on stuff. And that was the one thing I told myself, if I ever won the lottery, I would love to just buy the ECW brand from WWE and be able to release documentaries, help former ECW legends out, help the families. They have, and that's what frustrates me so much with companies like WWE, is you bought everything from WCW. You have all the stuff they've used, sets, ring aprons, ropes. I'm sure there's a lot more merchandise that they have that they bought that's just sitting in a warehouse. You know, they have the complete library. Same with ECW. So it's like you have these, so why not use them? What was the point of you guys buying them if you had no intention of using them? Let's see what time it is. Okay, 7:21. So far, we're almost close to 30 minutes. So that's one thing I get frustrated about with WWE is that they could have so much potential on building their brand and making a lot more money, but they don't. And I think that's really lame. And another thing too, I think they should do is, why not create a museum? Why not buy a lot of land and create the WWE museum? This could include, you can literally get statues made of the legends, and decorate them with some of the you know attire that they had. If you have a Ric Flair robe, you know put one of the robes on the statue and display the other ones. Have people come and pay for admission, and you get to see the different eras and all the stuff that they have, the props and things like that. A brief history on the props and the feuds and stuff like that. And I feel like that's something they should do, but they don't. And it's weird, you know. I feel like they also too, like, they need to rotate their talent. I feel like, you know, rotating their talent, I feel like would help improve, you know, injuries. It would help prevent them, and it would probably improve the product because you're getting everybody a chance to be on television. Um, as of right now, like, SmackDown hasn't really been all that great to an extent. I think the Bloodline feud and stuff that's been going on with that, I think, is working really well. Um, Selena Vega. I've been following Selena Vega since her TNA days, and she puts in the work, but I feel like they just don't want to push her like they should, and that's the one thing I hate when it comes to WWE. But and this Grayson Waller character, I cannot. I get he's supposed to be annoying and pain in the butt, but I don't know. I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that will just be part of the mid card and will never move up on top, which is a shame. But what can you do? Yeah, this was have Cody Rhodes on. And see, what did they do? What are they doing with the LWL? That's just it's awful, man. If you were going to bring the LWO back, they should have done it a lot better, and they probably should have recruited, individuals from the Raw roster and NXT roster to kind of build up the group. But it just, I don't know. It's just, I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to, only because it got stale for a while. But of course, with Triple H, getting back in, it's gotten decent. It still has its issues, and I think like right now there's tons of NXT stars that are out injured. What is it, Nikita Lyons, whatever her name is? She's out with the ACL injury, and there's a few other ones that are out, and it seems to be an ACL injury. Sonya Deville, another one who's out with an ACL injury. It's like, man, how many ACL injuries do we have going on? I'm looking forward to All Out. I think that's going to be um, a really enjoyable pay-per-view. Maybe not as good as All In, but it'll be up there. Yeah, see, we got a tag team with Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Yeah, why? It's pointless. And Austin Theory annoys the hell out of me. To be honest with you, WWE has probably the worst writing team ever. I mean, if you look at Austin Theory way before he was signed with WWE, definitely a star in the making, and they're making him like this obnoxious, annoying, I don't know, just this really annoying character, full of himself, way too overconfident. It just, I don't like it. I feel like he could do a lot better. You know, put him off TV for a little while. You know, repackage him, and go from there. Those little video packages they used to do back in the day. Like when Razor Ramon was making his debut. Why can't we get those again? I feel like those really improve, the character that these people are portraying. You know, I mean, they did it with Razor Ramon. They did it with Alberto Del Rio, which actually worked really well. But anybody else, it's just like, whatever. I mean, they did it with the New Day for a while, and look at how well the New Day has done. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, let's check the camera, see where we're at. Oh, 3 more minutes. We've already been doing this for 30 minutes already. So, I'm gonna probably go, an hour my time, not the live time that's on here. So, like I said, it's for 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And yeah, got nobody. That sucks. This whole YouTube thing can be difficult. Um, it's like for me, I do everything in my bedroom, and because I live in a mobile home, not a house, there's like no insulation in our walls. So a lot of times you can hear what's going on in the other room and things like that. So I literally had to buy those styrofoam foam soundproof things. Um, they're all right. I don't think they work as good as they should, but it is what it is. I do want to get more. I do plan to eventually, put them on my door. Um, I think that's where a lot of the sound comes is from that area, but that's eventually the goal is to do the door. Um, but for the time being, I just got like right over here on my wall. I've got like 8 of them covering a nice good space, and then I got 2 above the door. I just need to do the door itself, and then I should be good. I shouldn't have any issues with that, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, I do need to get better equipment uh, for the channel. I've been looking at some like microphones that you can clip. They're wireless uh, from my phone, and I think those will be pretty cool. And they're not expensive. I think they're like $30 for like 3 of them, and I like the fact that they just clip on and everything. There's no hassle to it. And then another thing I've been looking at is, and this is something I'm surprised not a lot of YouTubers do, but I've been looking at those glasses that have cameras in them. And I thought about getting those to do in-store footage for like out and abouts and things like that. Because one thing have found interesting is that, a lot of people, I guess are able to, depending on how busy your store is and what the people in the store say, they'll you know, record, but a lot of times you're not so lucky, or wherever you're at is way too busy. So I feel like trying to get in-store footage can be very difficult and very stressful, especially if you're trying to make content that deals with movies. Um, so I had the idea of getting those glasses with the camera, and anytime I'm in the store, I'll start recording and get a glimpse of the movie selection at my local FYE and things like that. I think it would be 10 times better. And of course, you can edit, if you need to, do a voiceover because there's music playing and you don't want to get copyrighted and things like that. So that's the goal. And those glasses, depending on what you get, are not that expensive. I think I found a really nice pair for like $40. But yeah, nonetheless, it'll be nice to eventually get those to get some in-store footage. I've been looking at some editing software as well. The editing software I've been looking at is pretty expensive, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it in the long run. But, so I've been 30 minutes in, and it's been nothing but me just talking. Nobody's joined. I've had somebody, I guess, maybe one or multiple people that come in and then they'll leave. Um, this is kind of a first for me to go live, so I don't really expect a whole lot to go on. Um, but we'll see what happens. For the most part, we'll see if anybody does decide to join. I'm a little disappointed, but it's kind of expected. I don't think my channel's been all that great as of late. It's just the lack of motivation and just I feel like a lot of time I can't speak. I feel like I'm losing, getting like a writer's block. I'm lacking ideas. So when I don't have an idea, I won't film a video. But I'm planning on working on a few things. I want to. I want to launch the other channels that I have, my reselling channel, video game channel, and things like that. And I'm probably going to launch a wrestling channel so I can strictly talk about wrestling on that. Because I want to stay with a niche. I had done video games and wrestling on this most recently, but the more I've been thinking about it the past couple days, I feel like I can build a channel really well with having just strictly, whatever content that is. So that's my plan to do for, for the future when it comes to the channels I want to do. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then I'm trying to work on a schedule, trying to work on video ideas and things like that. For the other channels, even though this channel I'm kind of, at a, block of what exactly I'm going to do. 33 minutes in. What time is it? Let's see. We're at 7:34 my time. This kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I think tomorrow I will be going through my movie collection and start organizing everything. I need to eventually upgrade some Blu-ray titles, but I'm not gonna upgrade those until I start making a little extra money off of eBay. So we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, not a whole lot's going on. I'm still like, when it comes to my movie collection, I'm still missing a few titles that I need to complete some collections. Like I'm missing the second Boondock Saints film, Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. Missing that one. I need to pick up the what is it? We All Float, I believe, the story of it, or Pennywise, the story of it, I believe is the name of it. I need to pick up that documentary. I don't know if there was a standard release for Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, that was released by Arrow Video. I don't know if it was just exclusive to the box set. I know they released the first two separately, but I need to pick up the third film. I may get that 4K set, um, maybe, or not. Yeah, the 4K set. Forgot that has the fourth movie. Um, I'm kind of, debating on that if I want to or not. I still need to pick up the remake to Psycho. That remake is not that great, but I want to get it just so I can add it to the collection. And I do want to revisit the film. Um, I need to replace my copy of The Last House on the Left. I don't think the disc's in great shape. I may resurface the disc to see, or not resurface, but polish it to see if it'll help improve that. I need to finish up my Tim Burton collection. There's a lot more I need from him. As of right now, I've got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I've got Mars Attacks. I've got Edward Scissorhands. I've got what is her name? That one that's based off of a book, Miss Peregrine or something like that. Home of Peculiar Children, something like that. I don't know. I've got the Batman films, but I want to upgrade those to 4K. I've got the Jaws collection. I know 1 and 2 are available in 4K, but I'm not going to upgrade those until the other two are available in 4K, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to release a box set, on 4K, and, people are going to end up double dipping, and I'd rather just wait. I still got to pick up the rest of the Indiana Jones films on Blu-ray. That's a series of films I don't really care to have on 4K. I'm completely fine with the Blu-rays. I need to finish up my Mel Brooks collection by picking up whatever's left of his library that has a Blu-ray release. And then I need to pick up 2 other seasons of Doctor Who. I've got the first half of 2 different Doctor Who seasons that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. Got to finish up the Fast and Furious collection on 4K. I've got Teen Wolf. I've been thinking about getting rid of that and upgrading to the Scream Factory release. I know there's the double feature of 1 and 2, but I'm just gonna go with the standard, the Scream Factory release. I don't have to have the slipcover for that, but I do want to get that and the sequel. I need to pick up the other Amanda Bynes film that's available on Blu-ray. I have She's the Man. I need to pick up Sydney White. So that's on my list of films. And then the 4K titles, I gotta pick up a few. I gotta finish up the DC live action films. I think that might be it on that. And then there's some other 4K titles I want to get, like Field of Dreams, Apollo 13, Forrest Gump. What's the other one? Gladiator. I'm trying to figure out what else, just from where I'm sitting at. A Clockwork Orange, The Shining. Those are titles I need to get as well. And then there's a lot of Scream Factory releases. I plan to eventually upgrade my copy of The Blob, People Under the Stairs. I want to get Motel Hell because I don't have that one. I was originally going to get the Maniac Cop films on 4K, but I held off because they were just way too expensive. So I'm completely fine. Can't speak. I'm completely fine with the Blu-rays. I would like to complete the Vestron collection. I need to finish up the Ultraman Blu-ray Steelbook from Mill Creek, so I can eventually go through the whole series. Rob Zombie's set of films I still gotta complete. Tremors, I may upgrade my Steelbook. They just announced the 4K release of Tremors 2, and I know the first Tremors is released by them on 4K, so I may get both of those. And then there's some other horror films I need. I want to pick up The Stuff from Arrow. There's a few other ones, like I want to pick up The Wolf of Wall Street, the Arrow video release of that. And then just seeing what's going on SmackDown. There's definitely a lot that I need to pick up, like the Brooklyn Lizard films. I need to complete those. There is a bootleg I can get of Club Dread that they have. Um, I definitely could get a bootleg of that, but like Puddle Cruiser, I don't think there's a bootleg for that anywhere. So that's probably the only DVD one I'd have to get. There's more Disney titles I want to get. If you guys saw the video where I showed off the DVDs that I plan to upgrade to Blu-ray, those are titles I gotta pick up as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Just kind of looking through the Godfather trilogy. I need to get on 4K. I need to finish off the Batman the Animated Series by getting the Batman Beyond series, because I have the complete series on Blu-ray. I just don't have the Superman series or the Batman Beyond. So Batman Beyond's another one that I need to get. Now my Godfather Blu-ray set, excuse me. You know, the one thing I can't stand about Walmart, and I don't know if everybody goes through this, but I have purchased stuff from Walmart, and when I open, like, there's no disc rattling, everything's fine, but I've noticed when I buy something, open it, and look at the disc, like, it's scratched. Like, I've seen, like, a few releases I've gotten where the disc is scratched. Thankfully, I have a resurfacing machine, but a couple years ago, on Black Friday one year, I bought that really cool Godfather trilogy Blu-ray. It was that nice white box set that they have where it includes like magnets and things like that. Well, when I bought that, the bonus disc was snapped in half, so I actually had to throw my bonus disc in that set out, and the discs themselves are scratched. I was so disappointed, and mind you, it took me over a year to watch that, to open it and watch it. But it's just the fact that yes, it was cheap, but you want your stuff in great shape, not like that. So I'm gonna eventually just, to be honest, I'll probably toss it. I'll keep all the goodies that are inside of it, and then just get the 4K release. Um, Come on now. And I'm getting a lot of notifications. We're already on 42 minutes on the clock here, and it's about matching the same time, 43 minutes. But yeah, there's a lot I need to get. The Screen Factory line I do enjoy. I'm not trying to get every film in that set. I noticed they also released Hackers on 4K. I'm still debating if I want to upgrade that or not. Um, and then of course there's new titles coming out. There's some, Criterion releases that are coming out that I want to get really, really bad, like that La Bamba one that comes out I think in November. Is it November or is it already out? I'm not 100% sure on that, but make sure this is not picking up. Um, excuse me. Excuse me. I do want to. So I've got Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I want to upgrade that to the Criterion release. I've got. I've got the Burbs. I'd like to upgrade that to the Shout Select release, because that's a nice release. I still need to get the Shout Select release of Dragnet. Right now, the only Shout Select titles I currently have in my collection are Mr. Mom, which I found at a Target. It was like $15, and then the Explorers, which was like a day one purchase from me. I love that movie. I'm mainly just getting the ones that I grew up with. I don't really care too much for what they have on the line on that. I do want to pick up Red Dawn is definitely one I want to add. But that's pretty much it. There are a lot of films I plan to watch for the Halloween horror this year. Some of them are going to be first time watches, but like Popcorn is going to be on my list, which will be a first time watch for me. Um, I'm going to do the Robert England Phantom of the Opera. Haven't seen that one in a little while, so I'll be watching that one. Tales from the Hood, Trilogy of Terror. Those will be a first time watch, or not first time watch. Those will be like revisiting. Um, I'll be revisiting them for the first time in a long time, but they're going to be, part of the Halloween horror. Uh, the Toolbox Murders um, is a film that's going to be a first time watch for me. What else? Basket Case I want to do. Those will be, a revisit. Um, let's see. I'm trying to see from where I'm at what other horror films I'd like to review for this. The Psycho films, the Psycho sequels, Psycho 2, 3, and 4 are going to be first time watches for me, and I plan to do reviews for that. Ticks, I want to, want to do the, revisit the Tick, especially on 4K. Dolly Dearest is a revisit. So a lot of these movies are going to be revisiting for the second time in a long time. The Howling will be a first time watch, which I've heard nothing but great things. I'm gonna do They Live, which is a rewatch. I have not reviewed that for the channel. Let's see. Candyman. I am gonna try to revisit. Maybe. I still need to pick up the second film. I've got the third film. I'm gonna definitely do a trilogy like I did last year. I'll do this year. Excuse me. But nonetheless, for the most part, um, yeah, there's a lot I need to complete. And of course, with the situation I'm currently in, it's going to be quite some time until that happens. But yeah, it looks like nobody joined us on this live special. That sucks. I'm sure, it happens to the best of us. I really want to improve this channel, but it's just, I don't know. It's just things in my life are just getting in the way, and I need to really prioritize things. But I'm hoping that things will start to get a little bit better. And now another series I gotta finish is the Halloween films. Only missing the last three that they just released on 4K. So yeah, it's not too bad. A decent amount that I need to eventually complete. But yeah. Hopefully in due time, the collection will grow. But for the time being, it is what it is for now. Um, yeah. So another thing I plan to do eventually is when I get to that requirement to monetize my videos, I definitely want to start doing some giveaways. Um, that's on my list. The last giveaway I did wasn't too bad. I kind of messed up on my part on that. I, I should have kept it like, in the US. I don't mind shipping things overseas, but man, was that frustrating because, addresses are completely different. And when I try to do it, get the labels through PayPal, it was a hassle. At least for one of the winners, their their address was a hassle to figure out. So I guess they were able to get the film. I haven't heard anything since I shipped them out, so I guess that's a good sign. But I do want to eventually do a lot more of them, but I definitely want to do them when I get monetized because, excuse me, I have come across some really cool releases. I would love to do a giveaway, some 4Ks and things like that. Like my long term goal for YouTube is not just to get the videos monetized and make a career out of it, but like I want to, you know, uh, work, have like a partnership with some of these companies like Paramount, Universal, and things like that, and get some physical media releases to review and do those. Then we have a pop culture convention that comes. I don't ever know what you call the convention, so I just think of pop culture because it's a little bit of everybody. But I feel like be able to interview their guests and things like that. So I feel like YouTube opens up the doors of opportunity when it comes to a lot of things, and that's been a long term goal for me. But it's just I feel like I'm kind of sabotaging my own success, and I'm trying to work on that to an extent. So yeah, it can be stressful, but what can you do? Where are we at? We're at 51 minutes already. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like I've been talking for 30 minutes. And we are almost an hour. And like I said, I'm gonna end this video once an hour hits. Yeah, I really thought people would be joining. Um, at least people will watch it and they can like the video and whatnot. But we'll see what happens. One of the things I need to start doing is really be more active in the YouTube community. I had this goal to like every day maybe watch. Well, I wouldn't say every day. I guess it would be like depending on how many hours, at least watch 6 videos an hour or so, give or take, depending on what I'm doing. And like the video and comment if I can, and to kind of do that and see what happens, like a challenge. That way, I'm keeping myself a lot more active and you know being more supportive to other channels. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But I really thought somebody would join in. There seemed like there was a couple people who kind of popped in and stayed for a little bit and popped out. I mean, and I have comments, so I'm not sure why I didn't receive any comments. People could have, came in and, uh, you know, message and whatnot. So yeah, it's a little disappointing. Um, what can you do? I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk about it. It should be expected. So right now, SmackDown's got a tag team match. It's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus I can't remember their names. They're Santo Escobar's group. The other two members of his group. The other one of them used to be DJ Zion from TNA, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But yeah, they're taking on Owens and Sami Zayn. So 53 minutes, wow, of me just talking and chit chatting. That sucks. Man, I really was hoping this would turn out decent. I've been doing videos on it, so what can you do? Might be a while until I do another one. Just try to, you know, focus on, making some content. But as I stated, my goal for September is to at least do one video a day. And it'll probably more than that, I'm sure. One of the cool ideas that I have that I'm gonna do is basically showing a closer look at each individual release that I have. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Kind of gives you an idea of what a lot of these releases look like. And I don't know if I'm gonna like talk in the video or if I'm just gonna do it and then edit music into it. Either way, I think it'd be pretty cool. Of course, I wouldn't do the titles that I've already done, like for the Steelbook Spotlight, Arrow Video Spotlight. I would not do those because I've already done those videos. on those. So it would be anything else that I haven't done. You know, it might be stuff I've reviewed and things like that. So, you know, maybe like the Halloween 4K releases and things like that. So it just really depends on what my plan is. But excuse me, I think it'd be pretty cool to do. And the the voting or the poll I did um, for what franchise I should do next. Right now I've only had like 6 votes, and they're back to 50%. So I'm hoping that we'll get more votes on that, but we'll see what happens. Um, Hopefully, uh, one of them will make it. If not, then I'm just gonna start with whatever one I want to start with. But yeah, this has just been me rambling on for 56 minutes. So, looks like AJ Styles confronted Jimmy Uso, and then Solo came out. Where are we at? Almost 57 minutes. Man, that's crazy. Let's see. Yep. Well, like I said, I'm going to do it on my phone right now, but it says 7:57. So once 8 o'clock comes, I'll be ending this. And yeah, just an hour of me rambling on about wrestling and movies and drinking ding dong iced latte uh, coffee. Yeah. Hey, if Hostess wants to sponsor me, definitely. I mean, I like their products. So, um, yep. And then after this video, I am going to have myself a Reese's Take 5. Reese's also can sponsor me. Come on, Hostess and Reese's, sponsor me, please. I love your guys' product. That is no joke. I am a huge peanut butter and Reese's fan. I'm not the biggest fan of their white chocolate. I've had a few here and there. It's okay. It really is. Their marshmallow peanut butter, the cups that they released were alright. To me, it felt more like white chocolate than anything. Um, their potato chip one I thought was really good. Weird and different, but I liked it. I also liked the oh man, what is it? I liked the I like their what is it? Take 5. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the longer Reese's. It's almost like a what do they call it? Like a nougat or something like that. It's like that one's pretty good. Or fast break. That's like a Reese's fast break. Now their one that has the wafer, that one's delicious. I really like that one. And then of course the Reese's Pieces, that one's good too. Yeah, there's just a whole variety of different ones that they have. Oh, they're cupcakes. So they got these cupcakes that are really, really good. They are sweet, so you will need a glass of milk. I will state that, but nonetheless, that stuff is so, so, so good. Um, but yeah, we're getting close, guys. We're at 59 minutes, closer to my face. Whoa, swing! Gotta love Wayne's World. I'm surprised we haven't gotten an announcement for Wayne's World 2 for 4K, which is kind of weird considering this year actually marked the 30th anniversary for Wayne's World 2. So I'm not sure why we never got why we haven't gotten a 4K release. They're probably gonna wait until next year. I know Christian Hannah Horror, his channel. On his channel, he had stated that on a short that we're getting a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. So I can't wait for that next year for the 40th anniversary. With that being said, guys, looks like that's it. We have already made it to an hour on this. Unfortunately, it did not go as I would expect it to, but nonetheless, if you guys watch this after the live feed has been done with, then I appreciate you guys taking your time out. So, who knows when I'll be doing another one of these, but until next time, guys, I am Film Talk with Mikey. We got somebody. I mean, we'll see what happens, see if they stay or go. Um, that seems like the ongoing pattern that I've had. It's somebody will show up and then they disappear. So we'll see what happens. Yep, see, they disappeared. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, we'll talk films. And I'm gonna enjoy some Specdown and this Reese's Take 5. Gotta love Reese's, man. Peace.